it's just me sliding my pump action. But it's just me sliding my pump action over and over and saying God bless for like 2 hours. That sounds dirty, but I didn't mean it in a dirty way. The best people, whenever there's a YouTuber who talks about like this sort of stuff, it's usually like a calm guy that I trust the most. It's usually a calm guy. Anyone else who's too hyperactive with the gun, I don't trust him.
The shot. What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers, and welcome back to another episode of
if they're too excitable,
as we say here on the
there's
channel,
just something
are awesome.
untrustworthy
Idiots, on the other hand,
about them.
not so much.
I don't know
when you put
what
the two
it
of those
is.
things together, you might end up with a winner of what we call
That's crazy.
a Darwin Award. If you're not familiar with the concept of a Darwin Award, it's an
Brandon
award that
is
you
calm
get,
until he gets
often
those white claws.
posthumously, when you do something so stupid you end up removing yourself from the gene pool. You die, and
I
the
guess
fittest
it's just because I
continue
don't
to
drink
survive.
that much, but I
In this
never really
episode,
got the
we have
hype.
AK fighting,
Is it probably because it
shotgun
was
dancing,
low-calorie drinks,
Polish
right?
safety
That's the reason why
officers,
white claws are so big.
and more. But the purpose of these videos, aside from comedy and
AK
entertainment, of
Daddy.
course, is to try to use a
You
few
know,
of these.
you know he's a cool guy when the guys are willing to call him daddy. Like, cause usually that come off pretty gay, right? But like, if the guys are willing to call this man daddy, you know he's a real deal, you know?
Clips as examples of gun safety failures and how to avoid them. That being said, let's start this episode out strong with a pucker factor of 10. Let's say you yourself are fighting in the front lines of Ukraine. You have a truckload of loaded
I call him
rockets
daddy,
and
but
you
he's
want to
younger
get them
than
onto
me.
the ground
Yeah,
as
see,
fast
that's
as
just, I
possible.
guess he's
well,
a
you
cool
got a lot of
guy.
options, but you can always
Men
do
are
what this
never
guy did.
gay.
You just toss the bitch.
That sounds really gay. Hey, I didn't know he was called daddy. You guys told me he was called daddy. I didn't call him daddy.
Dude, that slow motion is fucking crazy. It looks like that rocket just ripped right through the body panel of that truck.
Oh,
this
damn.
reminds me of that old clip we used in another Darwin Awards episode where the guy's just slamming the RPG down into the dirt.
Oh,
Except this guy wasn't so lucky.
That's that.
But a lot
What
luckier
did I
than he
just
could have
see
been.
there?
I know
What?
some of you ordnance nerds are going to tell me exactly what kind of rocket that is down in the comments. Come on, guys. You know who you are. It's your time to shine. Speaking of Ukraine,
Why
I
would
actually
you
have a bonus clip
slam
that I wouldn't normally include in the
rocket
episode, but it just fit too perfect here. Apparently, this is a Russian helicopter accidentally dumping a bunch of missiles at some random bystanders.
Okay. What?
Luckily, that guy didn't get hit, but I mean, overpressure is a fucking thing.
I would buy a lottery ticket after this. Like, if I lived and if I was that guy, I'd buy a lottery ticket. I'd buy a lottery ticket after that. I think I'd just buy some lottery
Probably
tickets.
don't remember the fucking second grade anymore, I'll tell you that. Now, I will caveat, there's a lot of disinformation and changing of stories with clips
All
like
of
this.
his luck is
so do I
gone.
know if that's what actually happened here?
True?
No. Would I put it? Fucking not. Now, the next clip we're gonna talk about comes from Poland. This video went super viral recently and is actually the reason why we're doing this Darwin Awards video so soon after the last one. You guys were blowing me up with this video and we had to talk about it. The guy's apparently a judge or something
Shiina,
at
but
this
there are
ship.
are there shovel guys? Wait, is shovel collecting? Is there shovel enthusiasts? I know that there's flashlight enthusiasts. Like, there is like a whole group of people that are really into like niche flashlights. But I didn't know there were shovel bros. Yeah! There's like a whole niche subsect of the internet that's obsessed with flashlights.
Shooting
Yeah, it's like
competition, and as he's trying to, I
flashlightism.
guess, unload this shotgun, he ends up pointing it directly at another person's hip.
Oh.
Let's see how that plays out.
Dobra, rozładuj. Po prostu sygnalnie. O kurwa.
Yeah, so, that guy's probably not gonna walk right for a little while. Or maybe
man,
ever.
he took out
Better hope
Grandpa's
that bounced
hip.
off the
Oh my
titanium on that guy's hip.
God.
Holy shit. Thankfully, this looks like it's probably like birdshot or a target load, something nice and light. Because if that was buckshot or a slug,
I mean,
well,
his
this guy would
ass is
probably
still
not have to
intact. His hips are still intact, so it's gotta be like birdshot or something small. Holy crap.
worry about
Get Grandpa a
learning to
hip
walk
replacement
again. Now,
stat.
the funniest part to me is that there's actually more to the story outside the video. Apparently, the vest he's wearing is from some Polish shooting safety foundation or something like that.
Oh my
the organization who has now weighed in on this
Buckshot
video
is no
and is
hip.
claiming
Yeah, it
that
was a
that vest is
birdshot or
actually
something.
fake. They say they have nothing to do with this whatsoever. They say that the guy in the video actually made a fake vest to pretend to represent them, which sounds...
Yeah, wait, I didn't even notice that. That guy was supposed to be like a range officer, right?
Not the gunshot injury.
Oh
my
God.
The guy's apparently fine, so now I can say maybe it's a little funny.
Oh,
now's probably a good time to go
can you
over
imagine
the
getting
4 basic
shot by
rules
a
of
range
gun
officer?
safety.
Can you guys imagine if the range officer shot you in the ass? I would sue for so much money. I would sue so hard.
We do in every video because trust me, they're gonna come in handy in the next clips.
Yeah,
Treat
$10
every
million
weapon as if it is loaded.
and
Keep
my
your finger off the
entire
trigger until
retirement
you are
fund.
ready to fire. Know your target
And my
what's behind
my
it.
future
and never
kids
point your
taken
weapon
care
at
of.
anything you're not willing to destroy.
You know?
If you break one or more of those rules, well, unfortunately, you might end up on the show. Thanks to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. Darwin Awards aside for a second, did you know that your private information is probably available somewhere online because some data broker somewhere took it and sold it on the internet? People have entire jobs.
I would have if you talked to me a couple years ago, or like even a year ago. But over the past year, I gotta say, my ass is deflated. I don't know where my ass went. If you guys see it anywhere, please let me know, because it's gone.
The Middle East.
Oh.
So here we have 2 gentlemen holding AKs.
That looks like a Star Wars frame. Luke, what are you doing with Leia? What are they doing? What? I'm sorry. I'll behave. I'm sorry. I don't know if that was offensive. I'm sorry. This is literally Tatooine. Am I wrong? It's literally. Wait, okay. You know what? It might be offensive, but I am not wrong. I am not wrong, chat. Yeah.
And I thought, oh, this is going to be one of those videos where, you know, they just shoot up in the air and don't really care about where the bullets land. I was wrong. Just watch.
Okay. What is happening? What are they? What in the sand ritual is this?
I'm not gonna lie, when somebody first showed me this video, I had to watch it multiple times. I was in fucking disbelief. Don't worry, when something inevitable...
But why? but, it's a wedding, somebody says. But that doesn't explain anything. But why? They're having a wizard battle. Are they having a wizard battle? I don't know, man. Habibi, you good?
Inevitably goes wrong, I'm sure there's a nice, sanitary, cutting-edge first world hospital nearby.
You good, Habibi?
But yeah, this is some serious smooth brain shit. Looks like those old cartoons where they shoot at somebody's feet to try to make them dance.
You
can dance better than that!
Speaking of dancing, we've actually covered stuff like this next video in Darwin Awards in the past, but this one is fucking crazy. So this part of the world, they apparently have a custom where they take basically a muzzle-loading shotgun and they fill it with black powder, create like a blank load,
okay,
and then they dance with it and shoot it at the ground and stuff as sort of like a festive thing. I guess. Sometimes it doesn't go so great, as we've seen before.
Maybe get new festivities if that's... You know, I admire Mr. Brennan Herrera's, like, the way he tries. I know he's judging, but he's so gracious about it. Because I would not be so... I'm not being gracious at all. I am losing my mind.
This guy in today's video, though, is for whatever reason doing this in the middle of an active public street. The results, about as bad as they can be. So we got...
It's literally so gracious.
First round... And
in the face!
Wait, what?
In the face!
What happened? Wait.
In the face!
Wait, what? Wait, I don't even know what happened. Wait, what am I looking
at?
at?
As they can be.
What am I?
So we got.
Okay.
First round.
In the face! In the face!
I mean, luckily it's just a blank, but. Fuck me, dude. Blanks can still potentially kill you. I love how he's not even good at it. Like, he just does some, like, half-assed ROTC rifle twirl and then shows some poor fucker behind him facing God. It always cracks me up, though, that the slowest person to react in all of these videos is always the person who who fired the shot.
It's
Other people
true.
are like freaking out. They're
It's
just
always
like,
it's always the person who
"Fuck,
fired.
I'm gonna have to leave the country, huh?
Oh my
Before we move
god.
on, I did want to tell you guys that we still have these available at Bunker Branding. Brandon Herrera for ATF Director shirts.
Okay.
Shut it down, which is
Size life
obviously the end
flash
goal.
before his
If you haven't heard
eyes.
about
What
that yet, I've
shock
got a
does
whole
to
video
an
about it. But yeah,
MFer?
somehow I ended up with the most votes on RFK's website.
You're going
where
to
people
bed. Thank you
recommend
for
cabinet
hanging out
positions.
today.
Not
Thank
my qualifications.
you.
Well, aside from my over a decade
You
industry
go-
experience as a
yeah, I
federally
think,
licensed 07
we'll go
manufacturer's
over a little
FFL
bit.
with SOT,
Mari
I
starts
can
in 3 minutes.
also
We might want to go
you know,
there
have
after.
a little bit of practical experience.
We'll
that
raid Mari.
The ATF has seemed to be lacking.
We'll
in
raid.
for
I
quite
wish
some
Brandon
time.
was ATF director. I
A lot of
trust him.
experts there. Not to mention my political activism and my congressional testimony on ATF-related bills. Now, I don't know who Trump's going to pick for this position, but you can show your support down in the links in the description and in the pinned comment, because with these shirts, we're actually donating a good bit of the
I
proceeds
don't know enough
to no-kill
about
dog shelters
this
or
stuff
animal
to
shelters
say
here in San
anything,
Antonio.
so just
Because even
putting
if we can't
that
save
out there,
dogs from the ATF,
just in
we can still
case
save some
I'm
here and
missing
now,
some.
before we leave the Middle East for this episode, we've got one last clip. from
I'm
that
missing
area.
some
You see, there's always
context.
that
I don't
one
actually know
guy at the
enough.
party who takes things
But
just a
I'm just
little
saying
too far.
he
But of
has a
course I know.
trustworthy face.
He's me.
So here we
I'm
have Shane
basing
Gillis
it
taking
all
a break
on the
from
fact that I
making
think
them
his
at night.
face looks
He's holding what looks to be a Makarov, a man after my own heart. Everybody just seems
remember
to be
that. My
fine with him
opinion
fucking
means
around
nothing.
with it until
Yeah.
he tries to load it.
Just remember that before I get clipped out of context, man. Yeah.
I will say, great situational awareness and risk control from his friends there. That definitely could
Brandon's
have
pretty
escalated
political.
quickly.
If that bothers
Look,
you,
I'm always
we're
down
not
to
looking
play
at his
with
politics
guns.
right now, so I don't.
But you have to
We're
know
just
the
looking
time
at
and
gun
place.
cream.
And again, the 4 rules
Yeah.
of gun safety are not optional.
I don't know enough about the sort of thing.
Now, this next clip is scary for a
anything
lot of
political
reasons. So we're
to
on a bus or
comment
some
on
sort
it,
of public
so-
transportation here, and the cop or
I'm
security,
sorry.
whoever that
Also,
is, has
if
what looks to be
he's
a
a
Scorpion
controversial
Evo, like a
figure,
9mm
I don't know
submachine
anything
gun
about
there,
it. Just as a
slung around on the
disclaimer.
side. Not really
Just
sure
as a
what country would
disclaimer,
have cops
just in
walking
case.
around with a slung Scorpion.
Yeah. Thank you so
I
much
think
for
off the top of my head, maybe Kenya. I do, however, know the countries that kids shouldn't be walking around pulling the triggers of oblivious cops' submachine
He's not.
guns.
Okay, good.
Fucking
not
all of
really.
them.
Politics are a side thing. Fine, ignore. Yeah. We're just here for his gun content. He's very pro-gun.
God, this is like the
That's-
third world
I
equivalent
mean, yeah.
of the
I mean,
whole, like,
guns
grab the
themselves are
officer's
kind of
service weapon meme.
controversial, right?
Luckily, it looks
For
like the
some
mother was there to
people.
prevent this from turning into a real problem with that
That's fair.
tactical
I think
arm
it's
slap.
fair.
I know in my house growing up, there would have been a weapon of choice. So this next one was actually all over my Twitter feed recently because all I get there now is politics, people dying,
Yeah, I think
Indians
it's
versus
fair to
trains.
be wary about guns.
So people dying.
I know it's
OnlyFans
like
ads and
absolutely
slurs.
normal and fair,
It's like the internet unfiltered.
but what kind of gets me is when my video went up and there's like people in the comments that are like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, wow, like it really just like I was confused. It's like if you go in the description and stuff, I did say it's not loaded at all. We're just like putting it back together, cleaning it and stuff. It's not much different than taking apart a piece of furniture to like deep clean it and putting it back together in a way, you know what I mean? Especially when there's like there's no live rounds anywhere near, and I was just shocked, I guess, at how much people think that is like crazy content, because I feel like I've done crazier stuff on stream before. I think crazier content is like ASMR bath streams are spicier than that, but I don't know, maybe my senses are kind of dulled or something. Yeah. Some people are really skittish and hate seeing guns. Yeah, maybe. They're just babies. ASMR gun stream when? I don't think. There's only so many sounds I can do. It's just me sliding my pump action. But it's just me sliding my pump action over and over and saying God bless for like 2 hours. That sounds dirty, but I didn't mean it in a dirty way.
Dirty. It's perfect. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, but unfortunately it involved fireworks. So I cannot include it on the YouTube version because that is specifically against YouTube's community guidelines. But it is available on Pepperbox Uncensored, as well as the rest of this video is uncensored as well. But I will warn you in advance, and don't say I didn't. It is very uncensored. Now this next
And,
one
like,
happens
America
pretty fast.
music in
Judging
the
by the music and the
background.
attire, I'm guessing this one comes out of India, but I'm not 100% sure. But that's not the part we should care about. The part we should care about is that guy in the upper left-hand corner of the screen
you
fucking
guys-
around
you
with
guys
a
are
loaded
saying no?
revolver.
Really?
Doesn't take long to figure out why.
Okay, maybe I'll think about it.
Yep.
I'll think about it. Chat. Too mean.
Guy just kind of grabs his chest like he's got
As
acid
like a
reflux or
5-minute video,
Major
maybe.
what the fuck
like
moment
a
from the guy
5-minute
playing with the
stupid
gun,
video
who, might I
uploaded
add, continues to
randomly,
wave the
just
loaded gun
hitting your
around
feed.
right after he just accidentally
that's
shot
it.
someone.
5
Also, who
minutes
doesn't know how a
of
revolver
me
works and has to fuck with it like that? Guess who didn't even
making
click the links
gun
down below to
sounds
check
and
out
going
SDI.edu, am I right?
Yeah.
Once again, it's another example of one of those clips where the guy who does the shooting just kind of stands there like, fuck, I guess I have to find another IT
Are you
job
a
in
man?
Mongolia.
Thank you for the Akashu Bob and just for Kim loving me more gun content. I'm glad. It's just a little snack for those of you who I know you guys came from the video, and I just appreciate you guys a lot. Next time we can clean my one gun again after I go to the range and upload some footage of that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. But we'll after I go to the range, we'll definitely clean our gun again at least one more time. But I'm saying I'm not really a gun tuber, but I appreciate your support nonetheless. But thank you for the Agashu but vengeance for Zim. Thank you. I feel like I'm tricking a bunch of you. I feel bad. I'm not gonna be a gun tuber. I only own one gun and I use it like a tool, you know? I think it's like a sporting good for me.
Anyhow, guys, that wraps up this episode of Darwin Awards. Hopefully you guys learned something. If not, I hope it was at least entertaining and gave you guys a couple of reasons to reinforce in your head why you follow the safety rules. Got some
Hey,
videos
not
coming up I'm really excited for, including
1 in every 10?
possibly a Guns of Red Dead Redemption video.
terrible.
It's a video that I've been working on
it's
for a very
terrible.
long time, so I'm excited to show that to you soon. Make sure you don't miss out on it. Make sure that you're subscribed down below.
Okay.
Again, YouTube's always doing that weird thing where they unsubscribe people, so just make sure you check.
Okay, Braden, I'll give you a little sub. That was fun. All right, guys. I am very tired. It's like 9 for me, and we've been live for like 6 hours. I wanted to go for 1 more hour, but there's no point because I'm tired out. But it was really, really fun. Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.